Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Turnbuckle Ted, Internet Wrestling Talk Show. I want to talk about the Royal Rumble going on tonight. Personally, I think John Cena is going to come into the Rumble and win the Rumble. That just sets up Rock versus Cena 2 at WrestleMania. Obviously, that means The Rock needs to win the championship tonight. Maybe this isn't the match that everybody wants to see, general consensus, but I understand what WWE is trying to do here. Bringing back maybe some old audience members that don't follow it anymore that used to when the Attitude Era was around. And also with what The Rock's doing right now with movies and introducing that audience into what he used to do full time. So for marketing and for publicity and also for business, it's good for the WWE, and I understand it and I get it. Personally, it's a match that I wouldn't mind seeing. Rock, Cena 2, this time for the championship. Obviously, Cena would probably win this and go over. But it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. Quite frankly, don't care about Dolph Ziggler's 1 or 2, whatever one he's going with. More than likely, he'll probably be one of the final 3 or 4 in the ring before getting thrown out. Last man standing, Big Show versus Del Rio. Del Rio, I think, will end up winning that. The rest of the show should be pretty decent. But the Royal Rumble's where it's at. There's been just a release today, actually. Dana White mentioned that Brock Lesnar almost returned to the UFC last year to fight Fedor. That would have been a great fight, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. Now it's got some draw power, it's got some money-making ability, but bottom line is neither especially Lesnar, neither fighter is really in the best shape of their life. And I, you know, I'm a Brock fan when it comes to the UFC, just because I like to see somebody from the WWE make that transition and actually stand forward. But I think in this day and age, Fedor would probably knock him out. 4 or 5 years ago, I think Brock would stand toe to toe with him, but actually get him on the ground, and it'd be a great ground fight, ground and pound. Last night, USWA ran a show in Jacksonville, Florida. Talking about independent wrestling right now. United States Wrestling Alliance was a great show. I did not get the results back. I apologize. My resources did not get back to me in time. Jesse Neal was on the show. I'm sure it was a great show. There was a couple other stars on that show. Mike Cruz, Johnny Carino, just to name a few, Tim Zabisco, and more. Hopefully I can get the results for my next show coming up next week and talk about that briefly on what happened there. Another topic that I'd like to talk about is Wrestling 911 or 911wrestling.com. Rather, they if you have not ever been there, go there now and check it out. 911wrestling.com is a great message board. The wrestlers post there, fans post there. You get the inside scoop on a lot of things, the raw realness of the wrestling world. They also put out their own webzine, which I think is really great for them. Their latest edition talks about MMA fighters, CM Punk, Linda Hogan's book, Melissa Coates, also page 5 girl Cammie Kendrick. Definitely check out that page. And also they talk about the NWA Championship brawl in St. Pete between Cahagas and Bruce Santee. Both men are very well respected in the state of Florida. Bottom line is Bruce Santee talks about it was just business. Go look up the match on YouTube. They have a match and then get counted out. The match really doesn't get off the ground. Bruce Santee just starts shooting on Cahagas and takes out a personal, my opinion, personal pride problem in the back. It was a benefit show, so unfortunately some profanity got thrown out there and didn't need to be heard by kids and parents. Bruce is very well respected in the state, but he is known to have a bad attitude, and some believe because of that bad attitude he has not been able to get to the next level, and that may have been a solid reason why he is not the current NWA champion. But check it out. My opinion, I think the match is a great match. that all the fans and wrestlers in the state want to see, but personal business can't be brought to the table this time around. Let's put the match together. Let's make it happen. The fans deserve it. Fans are first by far and foremost. So maybe we'll see something come out of that later on. Maybe we won't. Just want to talk about a few shows going on in the area. In Florida, Riverview, Florida, Definitive Wrestling International has a show today. It's actually happening as I'm speaking. They've got a great card lined up there. Not sure if all the matches are going down because, matches are subject to change. Brass Knuckle champion Butch Long defends his title against Jerome Hendricks. Jerome's very well respected in the state of Florida. Tag team championship is on the line. Also scheduled is Andreas Rossi versus a mystery opponent. Not sure if that match is going to take place or not. There's been some personal things going on with Mr. Rossi, so be interesting to see how that breaks down. Riverview's got a great program there, great hometown wrestling going on. Go check that out if you're in the Riverview area. If you have not seen any of their shows, go check them out. They put together a pretty decent card each show, so when you get a chance, go down and check them out. They're at the Riverview Flea Market. Also, I want to talk about AIWF. Their Mid-Atlantic promotion is presenting Capital Punishment Warzone. Gunner will be on that show taking on Dick Foley. That should be an interesting match. A couple championship matches are set up for that. They always put together great shows. AIWF is Allied International Wrestling Federation. They bring all these independent wrestling promotions together, trade talent, put together some really dynamic shows and matches, and great group there. You should go check them out if you ever see an AIWF show in your area advertised. Go check them out. I would just encourage that. Also coming up, that AIWF show is on February 2nd. That's going to be taking place in Mount Airy, North Carolina. So you can find them on Facebook, and you can find them on their website as well. Coming up February 5th in Fort Myers, Florida, New Era Wrestling presents its 3rd anniversary show. Their heavyweight championship will be on the line. Zach Monstar will defend it against Stevie Harrison. They debut a new lightweight championship coming out. Not sure who's in that match, but they will crown a new lightweight champion. Their show will be held at the Riverside Community Center in Fort Myers, Florida. You can also find them on Facebook as well as YouTube, and look them up online. And then coming up the weekend of February 9th and 10th, on the 9th, first, Florida Pro Wrestling in Venice, Florida at King Solomon's Treasure. They will be hosting their annual Hall of Fame and Awards show, along with 6 big matches. They are inducting former WCW and WWE legend Bob Cook into the Hall of Fame, as well as Florida legend Carnage into the Hall of Fame. Signed for this show looks like former WCW star Robbie Idol. Their tag team champions will be in action, and so much more. Big lumberjack match. Their Suncoast Championship, Mark Boswell versus Viper, and more. Check them out, FloridaProWrestling.com. And then the next day on the 10th, I Believe in Wrestling promotion in Orlando, Florida at the Team Vision Dojo. Looks like we'll have in action the Florida Heavyweight Championship. Their Cruiserweight Champion will be in action, Jason Rance. Tim Zabisco with Larry Zabisco. Yes, Larry the Legend Zabisco will be there. And more, go to IBelieveInWrestling.com. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I know this was short and brief, not a lot of great things were talked about, but I do want to touch upon the STEELHORSE, hashtag STEELHORSE. Personally, I think what ended up happening in that match, it's been all over the internet that Vachon did not go into the locker room and set a good tone for this match and got tagged for it during the match. What I saw happen in the match was Steel Horse Vachon had Tommy Taylor in the camel clutch. Tommy goes down to his stomach. Steel Horse slaps him on the side as a gesture like get up to all fours. And instead of Vachon waiting for him to do that, he comes crashing down on his lower back. Tommy pops up, punches him in the face, and kicks him out of the ring, and boom, we have hashtag Steel Horse and every modified picture that you could come up with on the internet. Personally, my opinion is when you're in the camel clutch, the person that is receiving the submission hold generally stays on all fours if they do not tap out or verbally give up to the hold, and then the person performing the hold jumps up in the air and comes crashing down on the back to apply more damage to the lower back. What I see happen here is miscommunication or timing error. I don't know what